Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Some brief questions for the proponent, if I may.
She looks prepared. You may proceed.
Great, thank you. The RFP that is going to be done, put together by CHRO, by what criteria do they determine who is going to get awarded this contract? Through you, Mr. Speaker.
Representative Porter.
Through you, Mr. Speaker, I do not know. Through you.
Representative Fishbein.
Well, Mr. Speaker, that's interesting because looking at the bill, it tells us, lines 8 through 10, they're supposed to look at the anticipated cost of completing such a study, the anticipated timeline for completing such a study, and the proposing firm's experience in conducting and completing such a study. It's sad that I have to answer that question. It's the very gravamen of what we're here on today. Is this study going to be done, and by whom? Very troubling. And the question was asked before, what is the anticipated cost? And I think, and I have to say, Mr. Speaker, that the public legislature has been failed in this process because the Office of Fiscal Analysis doesn't indicate any cost. They say because CHRO has the ability to do this. And I quote from the fiscal note, Mr. Speaker, that you directed our ranking member to look at. It says there's no fiscal impact since CHRO currently has staff with expertise for this purpose. Well, clearly, whoever did read the bill, did do analysis, doesn't understand that CHRO is not going to do the study. That's clear under the bill. I offer that we've been failed because there is a fiscal cost. It's pretty clear from the bill itself. We're being asked to vote on something that we have no idea how much it's going to cost. We're being asked to totally give up the keys to the henhouse. This study could cost $1 billion. It appears that people don't care because by this bill, we say, go do the study. We don't care. CHRO is going to make the determination. Now, is CHRO going to write the check? No. That's irresponsible. We heard that the money's in the budget. We didn't hear how much money's in the budget. Lots of money coming into this state from the federal government. We don't know if that's being spent on this. This legislature, by voting on this, says to CHRO, go do a study. You determine whether or not the cost is sufficient. That's our job. That's not their job. Because they're not writing the check. The taxpayers are. What should happen here, Mr. Speaker, is that Section 1 should live. The rest of this bill should die for the purposes of today. They should come back to us. They should tell us how much this study is going to cost. They should tell us how long it's going to take the study. If anybody believes in this study, don't we want to know how long it's going to take? Okay, it's going to take 5 years. Do we care? I care. But we're going to defer those decisions to CHRO. Irresponsible. The firm's experience in conducting and completing such a study, that, I think, that would be micromanaging by us. But the cost and the time, if anybody really cares about this study, you have to care about the time. We don't have any of that information. We're saying, CHRO, get this data. Don't even report back to us how much it's going to cost. Go do it. It's the poster child for what happens in this building. Irresponsible. I perhaps agree with the underlying study. I've heard a lot about the merits of that, why this would be necessary. But I'm not willing to give an administrative agency a blank check with the taxpayers' dollars. Irresponsible. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.